As all our class sponsors, and this class V8 Masters out on track is sponsored by Pirelli tires. I got voice. Sorry folks, some of the cordless mics is giving the team problems up here, so we do apologize for that.
Yeah, probably a battery issue. Right, so the V8 Masters decide to enter the arena as the heavens open.
Yeah, the rain has stopped for now. If you look down for the people that are at the track, there aren't too many of you here. We could get a camera shot of the mountain, but the cameras are not exactly behaving themselves today. It is open in the CBD area, so the cloud cover is lifting, and our telltale hill between Bloberg and Melkbos is open, so the cloud cover is rather high. The rain has stopped, but that downpour has made this track very, very wet, Francois, and these V8s out there with plenty of ponies under their bonnets.
And they're rear-wheel drive too. So if you get on the power a bit too early, you know the back end's going to step out. But yeah, look at them weaving, trying to just get that whatever heat it is back into the tires. It's not going to happen. That surface is probably about 12 degrees. It's wet, it's cold, it's windy. I don't know. I think this is going to be a race of real driver skill. Those cars pretty evenly matched. We've got the gold and silver cup with a little bit of power differences in it, but otherwise pretty close and pretty much the same. They'll be out there. Tefani, well, we know he's quick. Marcel Angel, very accustomed to Cape Town weather. Jason Ibbotson, well, he's pretty good. Barry Ingle, also very good. Gary Thompson's been around. Ken Finneran, new name there. Donnie van Niekerk's in there as well, so Donnie knows his way around. Brandon Dean, Mark Verge's been around here. Stuart Spooner's been around Kalani longer than I care to remember, and Dennis Gaidek is well, also relatively seasoned. So I think in essence, Frankie, no real excuses in between these drivers.
Well, there's one name that's not out there today, and I would have liked to have seen him out there, and that is Sean Moore. He's not one of the entrants for today, and he is certainly indeed, Sean is a front runner and not out there on circuit today. So look at that water that you see on your screens. The main straight is wet. The lights on pit road is on, and Fabio Tefani and Marcel Angel lock out the front row of the grid. The lights will go off soon. Now the lights go off. They drop the hammers, and away they go as they race down into turn number one. And it is Fabio Tefani from Marcel Angel. Barry Ingle has moved up into that third position ahead of Jason Ibbotson. Right behind him is a 17 car of Gary Thompson. As they exit turn number one, the cars are squirming around as they, Francois, race down towards turn two, Castrol Corner.
Going very quickly there into Castrol Corner, a couple of the drivers, but they're hanging on the outside, so maybe trying to chance a line there as they work their way now out of Castrol down to the kink. Having a look there, Tefani got it. Oh, we got a spinner coming out there.
Two of them.
Yeah, two spinners there. That's the 07 car. Isn't that not Donnie van Niekerk?
Well, possibly. There's a 7 and a 07. The 7 is Brandon Dean, and the 7-0 is supposed to be Donnie van Niekerk.
Yeah, I was saying that's Brandon Dean.
Yeah, it could be him that spun there. He's busy going again. But the leaders are going down the back straight. Down the back main they go, racing down over the King Tony Tools Bridge down towards turn number 5 towards Fostron Corner, and it's all about Fabio Tefani and Marcel Angel. They are the first two that lead the cars out of turn number 5, and right behind them is the 22 of Barry Ingle.
Barry Ingle showing some great style there. Gapian and Jason Ibbotson, then Thompson, then Finneran, then van Niekerk. They work their way through there. Dean Verge all make their way now as Backstrom down the the back straight.
You've got a spin on the main straight as well. That's a 17 car of Gary Thompson that has spun it in a straight line right up against the pit wall, but he flicks the car around and he will get going again.
That's good stuff there. Good imagery coming out of turn number 1 there now as Tefani leads out. And Marcel Angel, Fabio Tefani got off the line very quickly ahead of Marcel Angel. And going down into Deceptor corner at the moment is Fabio Tefani. There we see Tefani on screen coming through there. He's followed there by Marcel Angel with a back end squirming under him as he adds the power there. Barry Ingle right there. Then, well, there's Tefani. So Tefani actually made a mistake. He sits back further. Now he's down in 3rd. So can't miss out on Tefani's car, the blue and the yellow car. So, Tefani's got the blue and the orange. They've changed their colors around a bit. Marcel Angel 2nd, then it's Barry Ingle, and that is Dennis Hajduk who's going through there. He's in that blue and yellow car. So he's up to 4. So Ibbotson has gone down. There's Hajduk going into turn 5, Pertamina fast-strong corner. As he works his way through. There's Hajduk, there's Ibbotson behind him. And, lots happening out here in the wet. I think this is where, Frankie, where the wet specialists come to the fore.
Yeah, that whole field has been turned inside out and upside down because of the wet. So let's have a look, see the leaders heading into turn 2. And that is Fabio Tefani. Then right behind him is Marcel Angel. Then it's a bit of a gap before we see Barry Ingle going into turn 2. But Dennis Hajduk right there on his case, working his way out of turn 2 Castrol corner. Then it is Jason Ibbotson, and right behind him is Donnie van Niekerk. And then you got Mark Vogt that sits there right on the case of van Niekerk as they work their way into turn number 3. But we've got trouble in turn number 1. There's problems in turn 1. There's a car off in turn number 1, and that is the 44 car. That's Ken Finneman.
Right, so Finneman off the circuit. See a couple of cars. There's the player going through Jason Ibbotson. Up behind him, Donnie van Niekerk and Mark Vogt as they work their way down towards the back straight, down towards turn number 5. We have a try and pick up. And then 5 pick up on the leaders. They're exiting 5, so the leaders are coming down the main straight. And Fabio Tefani leading out over Marcel Angel. They've got a stretch lead. They're going into 1. Donnie van Niekerk getting past Ibbotson out of 5. Oh, and Jason Ibbotson gets a Ibbotson that gets a fishtail. No, it's not.
No, that's Vogt that got that fishtail. That's the 21 car.
Mark Vogt getting all out of shape there. Just putting the power down at the wrong second.
So the leaders are now working their way into turn number 2, into Castrol corner. There's a big gap, I must say, between Tefani and Marcel Angel, and heading out of 1 and working their way now towards turn number 2. Yes, this fight, and Barry Ingle is having a look up in turn 2 on the inside there of Dennis Hajduk. Dennis is holding his line, and there's contact. There's contact in turn number 2, Castrol corner, between Jason Ibbotson and Mark Vogt.
Well, Vogt seemed to give Ibbotson a little bit of a clatter from behind as he went into Castrol corner. No space to turn and forced Ibbotson, but I'm sure Jason will not be too happy about that one.
So, going down the back straight, these are your leaders, the 2 of them, and there's a big gap now between Fabio Tefani and Marcel Angel. That is Tefani working his way through Fostron corner. Out of Fostron he comes. He is also the quickest man out there with a 127.692, and that shows you how wet the track is there. Working his way out of Fostron is Marcel Angel. He sits there in a distant 2nd position, crossing the start-finish line now under the Castrol and City of Cape Town Bridge, working his way into turn number 1. Dennis Hajduk crosses the line, and right behind him is a 22 car of Barry Ingle. And then we've got Donnie van Niekerk coming through there, sitting in P5 and 4th overall in class, heading into turn 1 into holes.
Well, going into turn 1, Donnie van Niekerk holding his head there, chasing the back end there of Hajduk and Ingle. And he's not too far off the back of Barry Ingle, about 2.5 laps to go, or 3 laps to go. And they work their way up towards the Castrol corner. Right, so we go back down towards the base straight where Fabio Tofani is leading out. He's got a healthy lead out there over Marcel Angel, probably at the good side of about 3 seconds. Angel doing a little bit of gardening on the outside there, tucks up a bit of mud. Then it's Gaidik, who's really impressive here, sitting in third. Up behind him, Barry Ingle, and there comes Donnie van Niekerk looming down on the back end there of Barry Ingle as they go into the saddle sweep.
Yeah, into turn 4, the double right-hander, that is saddle sweep. They work their way down the backbone. Barry Ingle, he flashes into view there, going down the back straight. Donnie van Niekerk is in there as well, but the leaders are working their way, trying to pick up with the leading group across the start-finish line. Comes your leader with 3 more laps to go. That's Fabio Tofani. And he's got a sizable lead over Marcel Angel. That's in that second position, 7.449 seconds. As a matter of fact, he's ahead there of Marcel Angel. Dennis Gaidik crosses the line, and this one is on, heading into turn 1, and that is between Barry Ingle, and right on his case is Donnie van Niekerk as they work their way through one. But remember, Francois, no overtaking in turn 1, because the Ken Funneman car has been standing there for quite a few laps already.
I think the only thing that wants to happen here is Donnie van Niekerk wants to close up at the back of Barry Ingle. We've still got 3 laps in this one. Here comes van Niekerk, watch him take a wide line. He's going to tuck it in California style into Cashel corner. Holds it in tight. He's going to get the power down this and work their way now out towards Interceptor corner. So that happening out there as we pick up the leaders going into saddle sweep. That's Marcel Angel. So Marcel Angel coming through. We're waiting for the rest of the field to come through. Wait for Gaidik. He comes up into turn 4. Gaidik coming in there. Now we're going to have to pick up there. Now where is Ingle and van Niekerk? There's Barry Ingle. There's Donnie van Niekerk. The fight is on as they make their way down towards turn number 5. 30-meter fast drop.
Yeah, they are not too far behind each other. The 22 car and the 7-0 heading into turn number 5 into Fostron corner. But the leader making his way into turn number 1, and that is Fabio Tofani, and 6.5 seconds ahead of Marcel Angel at the start-finish line. Dennis Gaidik working his way into turn 1 as well. And then here comes this fight, Barry Ingle versus Donnie van Niekerk. They working their way across the start-finish line. They race out of view in that haze of water. You see these two, the 22 and the 7-0 car, working their way out of turn number 1 with the 1 3/4 laps left to go.
Donnie van Niekerk showing his worldly experience, and look at his different lines he's taking on Barry Ingle. He'll cut back now to try and close down that Cashel corner as he comes up on the inside. So Barry Ingle under tremendous pressure there with Donnie van Niekerk sitting right up on his tail. There goes Fabio Tofani through there. And no, Tofani, that wasn't Tofani, sorry, that was one of the other cars. That is Gaidik that goes through there. That's Dennis Gaidik. And then here we go, Barry Ingle, Donnie van Niekerk, and there's a little bit of a couple of dry patches there, Frankie. I think they're taking advantage of that.
Yeah, well, the sun's coming out now, but the track is still drenched with water as the two of them race down the back straight towards Fostron corner as the leader starts another lap. There is 1 more lap to go for Tofani, 1:27.692. He's the quickest man out there. Then we have got coming through now is Marcel Angel, busy making his way through. Dennis Gaidik should be crossing the line shortly, and here comes Ingle versus van Niekerk. Donnie is up on the inside on the home straight, down into turn number 1. Well, I don't know if he overtook him before the yellow light or after the yellow light. If it's after that Marshall's point, then he will have to give that position back again to Ingle. But for now on track, we see that the 7-0 car of van Niekerk racing towards turn 2 Castro corner sits ahead there of the 22 car of Ingle, and Ingle slides up on his inside on the exit of Castro corner.
Well, you don't know if he slid up or if Donnie goes back to him, because Donnie sort of hung wide, saying to Barry, come up the inside, maybe I did transgress. He's given it back. They work their way through the King down towards Interceptor corner. There you see Ingle leading out van Niekerk. It's should be final lap time. Having a look, see, yep, the checkered flag beckons there for the leaders. The leader going down now into Pertamina Fostron corner, turn number 5. And there you see Marcel Angel leading in. And coming out of 5 now is your leader. There he is. That is Fabio Tofani, a man who's very accustomed to taking V8 Masters. Crosses the line for the checkered flag. There you see the checkered flag be waving. We'll wait for second place man Marcel Angel from Angel Orderhouse. He crosses the line. Then Dennis Hajduk, who's done a sterling job, comes over in third place. But what is happening here behind them? Frankie, bring him line.
Yeah, here they come. That's two back markers crossing the line, and side by side they're going to be, and it's going to be Van die Kerk that gets to the line ahead of Engel, 600ths of a second, 0.0067 between Van die Kerk and Barry Engel for P4 and 5 out on circuit. So here comes Jason Iverson to the line. He finishes his race. With him there was Gary Thompson, but of course Gary is one lap down. So overall, Tofani from Angel, first and second. Also in the gold class, Dennis Hajduk ending third and first in silver class. Mark Vogt ending in P6 and second in the silver class. And then 8th overall and third in the silver class is the number 7 V8 of Brandon Dean. So that was the Pirelli V8 Masters, race number 1 in very tricky and trying conditions.